Are you tired of scraping by as a social media manager and you are dying to hit those 10K months? It's possible. Today, I'm uncovering the essential skills you need to go from 0 to 6 figures fast. Whether you're a brand new social media manager or you have a bunch of experience, you don't want to miss these game-changing tips. Hey, my name is Milou and I own a multi-six-figure social media agency, and I now help social media managers do the same. If you're brand new here, make sure you grab my free roadmap to becoming a six-figure social media manager in the description below. Now let's dive right in. Now the first skill every six-figure social media manager needs is to go from being a player to being a coach. Now when you first start out as a social media manager, you're likely going to be a player on your client's team. Now there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, but over time you need to evolve in your role from a player to a coach. So as a coach, you are able to help your client strategize and give them direction on where you need to go, and you will be their point of guidance when it comes to their social media strategy and their overall social media presence, right? Why is this so important? Who do you think gets paid more, the player or the coach? The coach gets paid more, and that's why it's so important for you to evolve in your position and leverage strategy skills in order to make more money and be of more value to your client than you were before, right? Being a social media manager is a lot easier at times to fulfill as a job versus a strategist that has another skill set that they can leverage outside of managing a social media account. So it's very important that you evolve if you want to become a six-figure social media manager. Because imagine you could make 10K months with only 4 to 5 clients as a coach, as a strategist, versus, a social media manager that charges smaller retainers because they have a smaller role on the team than a strategist. Now, if you want to learn more about the difference between a social media manager and a social media strategist, then make sure you check out my video where I explain the difference in roles and responsibilities. Now, the second skill that every six-figure social media manager needs is to be bougie on a budget. Now, we know the expectations are very high for social media managers, especially when it comes to executing, right? You are in charge of a lot of the roles on social media, including content creation, designing, all of these things. And while it's not necessarily your job to be their designer, you do need to make their social media, their presence, and your clients look good on their public profiles, right? Here's what I suggest. You can either outsource this part to someone else, you can DIY it, or you can get creative, be bougie on a budget, and invest in custom templates for a client. This will take away all the design work from you, but still ensures that you deliver a quality experience for your clients and a great result, right? So again, you need to make sure you can support your clients in the different roles, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to take these on, but you need to make sure you're able to be bougie on a budget, especially when starting out. Currently in my agency, we have a graphic designer who creates custom templates for all of our clients and at the start of our onboarding phase. So it's not something our social media manager is responsible for, and this doesn't mean that our graphic designer needs to create every single design, but it sets us up for success to have custom templates tailored to the brands, tailored to the client and their preference in order to deliver a quality result and quality work for them. Now, the third skill set that every six-figure social media manager needs is that of a data-driven saleswoman. You need to know your client's data in order to sell the value back to them, okay? Clients want to see results at the end of the day. So if you know how to analyze, track, measure, and adjust based on the data you read on a monthly basis, you will be able to charge a higher retainer fee than you would if you didn't have that skill set. So all six-figure social media managers, they know how to read and interpret data for their client. This way they can report back to them on a monthly basis, so the client knows exactly what's going on with their social media presence, and this just increases your value overall. Taking a data-driven approach also really goes hand in hand to the first point I made of going from being a player to a coach, because now you're strategizing, now you're measuring, and you're adjusting accordingly. Now, if you have no clue where to get started when it comes to analyzing data and creating those analytics reports for clients, then make sure you check out my video where I share exactly step-by-step how to create an analytics report, and it even includes a free cheat sheet. The fourth skill that every single six-figure social media manager needs is to be quick on their feet. Now, what do I mean by that? We know social media is not a slow-paced industry. You need to be quick on your feet with your creativity, with trends. There are gonna be times where you have scheduled and planned content in advance, but something comes up that could be a real opportunity for your client, for the social media presence that you need to be able to jump on, make quick decisions, and get it out, right? So to give you an example, the Grammys is always a huge deal on social media. Lots of people jump on trends, even sometimes the night of the Grammys, to make sure they're the first and they're ahead of everyone else. And this can be a huge boost if you do it correctly for the social media presence overall, right? And this doesn't only count towards trends, but just overall, you need to be able to anticipate quickly, again, based on the data you measure, right? Pivoting the social media presence, making different choices based on what works and what didn't work. So being able to be quick on your feet with your creativity, with the content and work you do, is going to really help you set you apart and hit those six figures as a social media manager. Now, if you're curious to know what tools I use in my social media agency, then make sure you check out my other video where I share social media management tools that exactly we use in my agency. The fifth and last skill every six-figure social media manager needs is a 2-year plan. Now, this is by no means an easy industry, okay? By no means is it going to be easy to go from 0 to 6 figures, and it's not going to happen overnight. But here's the thing, if you're in it for the long run and you have a long-term game plan, being 2 years in, you commit for 2 years to go all in on your social media business, I promise you that you will see results. You get out of it what you put into it. It's a quote I live by. And the same counts for you, okay? You need to be determined, relentless, and go all in on your social media business to really see those results. Another thing that comes along with social media, right, and being relentless is to have a thick skin. Especially in the beginning stages of your social media journey, you're going to get hundreds, thousands of no's from clients who either don't want to pay your fees, they don't see the value, maybe you're trying to convince new clients, but I promise you, this is all part of the process. In my early stages of a social media manager, I got rejected over and over and over again. But remember, every no gets you closer to that yes for your signing your dream clients. And I promise you, if you can survive your first 2 years as a social media manager, you are going to be in a very good spot. Now, if you stayed all the way till the end of this video, you now know the essential skill sets you need as a six-figure social media manager. If you found this helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, so you don't miss any of my weekly videos, and I will see you next week.